People come here to the Holy Land to search for a better understanding, a deepening, a transforming moment in their lives to strengthen their faith.
We had wonderful opportunities at St. George's to read and reflect as we moved from place to place, so that we weren't simply tourists, we were studying.
St. George's is like an oasis. It's serene. You come through the gate and there's a garden right there to welcome you. It feels very safe and secure.
St. George's College is one of the unique places in Jerusalem where people encounter the holy, in a place of worship and in a place where people meet God as they walk in the footsteps of Jesus.
Our aim at the college is to give people a sense of the biblical landscape, embed them in the biblical landscape.
When I went to Jerusalem at St. George's, it was my first trip to the Holy Land. I had had a couple of opportunities to go before, but things came up, and so here I was as a Bible scholar who had never planted my feet on that sacred space. I'll never forget the first time I actually saw the city of Jerusalem.
Where David had his city, where Solomon had his temple, where Jesus was crucified, buried, and rose again.
When I was on pilgrimage at St. George's, I went with my church parish, a large group, and we spent our days out visiting the sacred sites. We would come back to the college in the evening, and it was just so comfortable to come back to your room and enjoy the gardens and have our meals together and to worship together at the cathedral.
I'm on a year-long sabbatical along with my wife, and we were looking for something to draw all the threads of our travel and study together. And so St. George's is very well known as being a great place to go for continuing education, and in particular studying Scripture and the Holy Land, that sort of fifth gospel that the Holy Land represents. So we were looking for a place to do that, a place that would be hospitable and safe and friendly. And it happens to be in East Jerusalem, which is cool. It means that you get not just the Israeli, but also the Palestinian perspective that is frequently lacking in trips to the Holy Land.
Here at St. George's, unlike a commercial pilgrimage, you have people who've studied theology at a higher level, who are well qualified to give you a solid academic introduction to these places. But the people who teach here are also priests or deacons. Our aim here is to send you away at the end renewed in faith, and everything that we do feeds into that aim.
When you arrive here at the college, we gather together in fellowship with an opening Eucharist, and then we have a meal together, as we do during the duration of your time here.
Most of our time is spent out and about visiting the sites that we're talking about. So when we talk about the temple where Jesus went and overturned the tables, for example, we actually go down to the old city and visit the remains of the temple, what's left. You're actually going to see the real sites.
The Garden of Gethsemane, the Mount of Olives, and of course the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Along with that, the very, very renowned Israeli Museum is usually one of our places that we take our students.
So it is really, I would say, like it's a fantastic and phenomenal experience when people come here and encounter the holy in their lives and in the space where we provide here worship, togetherness, and also study of the Bible lands.
And one of the things I remember most was walking the Stations of the Cross there in the Holy City, and doing it while other activity was going on, which would have been the case with Christ, that these things didn't happen in isolation. They happened in context. They happened with a variety of people from different walks of life there. And so I was really grateful for the opportunity to move in that space.
I was able to go walk up past the Garden of Gethsemane in the morning and watch the sun rise over Jerusalem, which was one of the best experiences I had there, just seeing the sun come up over the city. It was really powerful.
And we'll also travel out beyond Jerusalem. We'll travel up to the Galilee and visit Capernaum, Jesus' own town, as the Gospels call it. We visit Nazareth. We visit all of the places connected with Jesus' life and ministry.
One of the most powerful memories for me going on pilgrimage was worshiping with the congregation in Nazareth, where we worshiped with the Palestinian Christians, and to sit through a service that is done half English and half in Arabic, and to be able to follow the service because it's the same service we have here in the United States was really powerful.
We'll go down to the Jordan Valley, we'll go down to the Jordan River, where there's normally an opportunity to renew baptismal vows. We'll visit ancient cities like Jericho that feature in our biblical narratives.
And we visit the Mount of Beatitudes, we visit Bethsaida, and then we go beyond the Galilee. And so we try to get the whole trajectory of the countryside outside of Jerusalem.
One of the things that surprised me was how wonderful it felt to be in Galilee, and then thinking about how much of Jesus' ministry took place in Galilee and what it might have felt like for Jesus and his disciples when they were coming back into the city.
St. George's College is located just outside the old city of Jerusalem, but it's just a couple of minutes' drive away from this viewpoint, where you can see the Judean desert stretching out behind us. You're looking out to the Jordan Valley, where the River Jordan flows down into the Dead Sea. And this is the route Jesus would have used to come down from Galilee into Bethany and Bethphage and down into the city of Jerusalem.
If you choose to do a more extensive study here, we have specialty courses, Women in the Bible, The Ways in the Wilderness, takes you camping with the Bedouins, and takes you to Petra in Jordan. Besides being a house of pilgrimage, we are also a college community that offers some special, more in-depth opportunities for study for theologians and lay people and anyone who practices the Christian faith.
I came to St. George's because I wanted to be somewhere near the city of Jerusalem, and I'd heard about the Scholar in Residence program that they offer here, and so I looked into it and contacted the staff, and we worked out an arrangement whereby I've been here now for I'll spend a total of 2 months here. The location is terrific. There are a couple of very good libraries nearby that I've been able to use. There's also a library here at the college that's quite good, and so it really has been the ideal location for me.
Of course, anyone can visit the Holy Land, but what sets St. George's apart are a number of things. First and foremost, that sense of community, worshipping together, praying together, having good conversations. We eat together, and when we dine together, that's often when the best conversations take place.
It's very much like a seminary where I was very fortunate to train. You become for each other the face of Christ.
I was really grateful for the opportunity to stay on the campus of St. George's College. It was really lovely to have this enclave amidst all of the activity that really felt like home for us.
You know, touring around the city, you get tired and your feet get sore, and coming to a place like this, you just feel immediately your blood pressure goes down. So,
when the world comes here, when the world comes to see this place, we believe that the Bible comes alive again.
So you'll spend 10 or 14 days here in the Holy Land with us. But when you go away, that's not the end of the story. When you go back to your homes, we hope that you'll take a little piece of the Holy Land with you.
We need your support in prayer, but we need your support in your presence. Because one thing I can promise, without a doubt, that when you have that opportunity to come here, and worship and study and sense the divine here, your life will be changed. And you go back with the story of St. George's College and you spread that word to others in your community. And it makes a difference for the college, but it makes a difference for the community here in this land. And we thank you.